Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Pitambar Umne, founder Botany for You, and working as a professor and head department of botany, Dharampet MP Dev Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I welcome you all in this online platform for the students of Life Sciences Botany Fund. Friends, if you are new or not yet subscribed our YouTube channel, then kindly like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You. And if you want to associate with us through the Telegram group, then the link is given in the description. Through that, you can join the Telegram group and can take the advantage of the different appointments or the career opportunities in life sciences in India and abroad, as well as the literature assistance in the form of PDF. In last lecture, we have seen the immersion enhancement effect, red drop, and absorption spectrum or action spectrum. Now, in light reaction, we have seen the different aspects of the absorption of the light and production of the assimilatory power. Now, we will see the dark reactions of photosynthesis. And the today's topic for the lecture in this series of lectures in plant physiology is Kelvin cycle. So let's see today's lecture. Now the Kelvin cycle is also known as C3 cycle or C3 pathway. It is also known as Kelvin-Benson cycle. Then it is also known as photosynthetic carbon reduction cycle or the PCR cycle or reductive pentose phosphate cycle, that is RPP cycle. Very commonly we know Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle or the C3 pathway. Because of the availability of the carbon isotope, it was possible to Melvin Kelvin and the Benson and other co-workers to identify the different intermediate products of the carbon assimilation. As we have seen earlier, the reaction of the photosynthesis as 6 times CO2 plus 12 times H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll forms C6H12O6 plus 6 times H2O plus 6 times O2. And at the same time I told here this type of the single step process of the photosynthesis is not carried out. It is a multi-step biochemical process and basically carried out into the light reaction and dark reaction. Now, earlier we have seen after absorption of the sunlight by the chlorophyll pigments and the other associated accessory pigments, there is a cyclic process or the cyclic electron transport or the photophosphorylation and the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. During this process, there is utilization of the water, means photolysis of water takes place and the protons and the electrons are used and the oxygen is evolved as a byproduct. At the same time, there is a formation of assimilatory power in the form of ATP and NADPH2 that we have seen in the light reactions. But the Melvin Kelvin and his co-workers discovered the complete carbon pathway of the photosynthesis with the help of this isotope of the carbon, and for this work Melvin Kelvin rewarded with the Nobel Prize in 1961, and on his name we know it as a Kelvin cycle, or with the co-worker of the Melvin Kelvin, that is the Benson, that is Kelvin Benson cycle. These different products or the assimilatory power which is formed during the light reaction is used in the Kelvin cycle. In association to that, there is a absorption of the carbon dioxide. It means that now, including the dark reaction, here there is a utilization of the carbon dioxide, water, light, chlorophyll also. So when this carbon dioxide is absorbed in the dark reaction, how it is converted into C6H12O6, that is the carbohydrate, sucrose or the starch, that we will see in this process of the dark reactions, that is the Kelvin cycle. The Kelvin cycle is the only pathway of the synthesis of this carbohydrate from the carbon dioxide absorbed by the plant from the environment. Though the other processes, that is HSK pathway and the crassulacean acid metabolism, shows only some of the initial reactions different, but at last again there is a Kelvin cycle inside it, and hence I said the Kelvin cycle is the only process in which there is a formation of carbohydrate from the carbon dioxide absorbed by the green plants from the environment. Here the simplification of the process of the Kelvin cycle is given, which is divided into three different steps, that is the carbon fixation, the second one that is the reduction, and the third one that is regeneration of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. So when the carbon dioxide is absorbed from the atmosphere by the green plant, it is absorbed by the RUBP, that is the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, and convert it into the 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So this process in which a 3-phosphoglyceric acid is formed after the absorption of the carbon dioxide by the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate is known as the carbon fixation process. Later on, this 3-phosphoglyceric acid undergoes the reduction by using the ATP molecules and NADPH, which comes from the light reaction that we have seen in the process of cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So after reduction, the 3-phosphoglyceric acid now convert into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, and this 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde then again converted into the sugar molecule or the photosynthetic product, and rest of the molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde are used for the formation of the other products. And these are different 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules, when are used for the formation of again ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, then it is known as the regeneration of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. So how these different molecules that are involved in the Kelvin cycle, that we will see. Here, as we have seen, 6 times CO2 plus 12 times H2O in presence of light and chlorophyll, forming C6H12 and O6, plus 6 times H2O plus 6 times oxygen. It means that here this is a byproduct which is formed during the photolysis of the water that we have seen earlier. Even this oxygen which is released in the process of photosynthesis comes from the water and not from the carbon dioxide, that also we have seen earlier. It means that there is a absorption of 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide for the synthesis of 1 molecule of the glucose or the fructose or carbohydrate. So, when 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide are absorbed by 6 molecules of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. First of all, there is a formation of 6 carbon addition compound which is unstable, and hence as this compound is unstable, it convert into 3 carbon compound, that is 3-phosphoglyceric acid, as there are the 6 carbon compound which convert into 3 carbon compound, and hence there will be formation of 12 molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceric acid. This 3-phosphoglyceric acid, or out of this 12 molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceric acid, the 2 molecules are used for the formation of glucose and other carbohydrate compounds which are the product of the photosynthesis that may carried out in either the chloroplast or even in the cytoplasm. During this process, there is a utilization of 12 molecules of ATP and 12 molecules of the NADPH2. Then, out of the 12 molecules, as the 2 molecules are used for the formation of this glucose, then again tail molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde are left in the hand. So, these 10 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde are regenerated or converted into ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, that is the 6 molecules. So see, here it is a 3 carbon compound having the 10 molecules, that is total become 30 carbon. Ribulose 1,5 biphosphate is a 5 carbon compound and forming the 6 molecule, so 30 carbons. And the 2 molecules, that is the 3 carbon compound into 2 molecules, are used for the formation, that is the 6 carbon formation of the glucose. So total 30 plus 6 carbon, that is total 36. So the 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, that is the 30 plus 6, that is the 36. So in this way the Calvin cycle is carried out in the green plants in the chloroplast. As we have seen earlier, the light reactions are carried out in the grana and dark reactions are carried out in the stroma of the chloroplast. This is a detailed about the Calvin cycle. Means when the carbon dioxide is absorbed from the atmosphere, in Calvin cycle the carbon dioxide acceptor is ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, and this ribulose 1,5 biphosphate is a 5 carbon compound, and when it absorbs the carbon dioxide, it will convert into the 6 carbon addition compound. As we have seen, this 6 carbon addition compound is a unstable compound. So immediate it convert into 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and hence 3-phosphoglyceric acid is the first stable product of the Calvin cycle, and hence it is 3 carbon compound. It is known as the C3 cycle or C3 pathway. Now 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide are absorbed by the 6 molecules of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, it means that there will be formation of 6 molecules of the 6 carbon addition compound. But as this 3-phosphoglyceric acid is a 3 carbon compound, hence double number of molecules, that is 12 molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceric acid will be formed from the 6 molecules of the 6 carbon addition compound. In presence of triose phosphate dehydrogenase and utilization of NADPH2 and ATP molecule, it convert into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. This is actually the two-step process. In first step there is a phosphorylation, and in first process there is a formation of 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid or 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid, and later on this convert into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. As 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is again 3 carbon compound, again there will formation of 12 molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Out of 12 molecules, here the 5 molecules are converted into dihydroxyacetone phosphate, and the 3 molecules of the fructose biphosphate are formed. So here there is a formation of fructose 1,6 biphosphate by utilizing 3 molecules of dihydroxyacetone phosphate and 3 molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Out of 3 molecules, the 1 molecule is used for the formation of fructose, glucose or sucrose or even the starch, and the rest of the molecules are recycled for the formation of ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. So here out of the 5, 3 are used, so again 2 left in the hand. Out of these 2 molecules, here it is again converted into the erythrose 4-phosphate, and erythrose 4-phosphate again on combination with the dihydroxyacetone phosphate, there is a formation of pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphate, which is 7 carbon compound, and erythrose 4-phosphate is a 4 carbon compound. The conversion of the fructose 6-phosphate into erythrose 4-phosphate is catalyzed by the transketolase, and the conversion of erythrose 4-phosphate and the 1 molecule of the dihydroxyacetone phosphate is catalyzed by the enzyme aldolase, and again the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde again combine with the pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate and forming ribose or ribulose 5-phosphate and xylulose 5-phosphate. This ribose 5-phosphate again in presence of phosphopentose isomerase, and the xylulose 5-phosphate in presence of phosphoketopentose epimerase are converted into ribulose 5-phosphate. So in this way again there is a formation of 6 molecules of the ribulose 5-phosphate. In presence of phosphopentokinase, here there is a formation of ribulose 1,5 biphosphate by utilization of the ATP molecule, that is the phosphorylation reaction. And in this way again these 6 molecules of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate are recycled and are ready for the absorption of these 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and hence it is known as the cycle discovered by the Kelvin, hence the Kelvin cycle. Now if we see the different enzymes which are involved in this process of the Kelvin cycle, that are dependent upon the light also. Though we are considering the dark reactions are independent to that of the light and are dependent upon the temperature, but the recent findings shows that the many of the enzymes which are involved in the dark reaction show their sensitivity to the light, means they work better in presence of the light, and hence the process of the carbon assimilation considering as a dark reaction will be inappropriate, as there is requirement of the light even for the conversion or the assimilation of the carbon, as many enzymes are dependent or show their activity well in presence of the light. So here the stoichiometry of the Kelvin cycle. As we have seen, there is a absorption of the 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide by the 6 molecules of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate for the synthesis of 1 molecule of the glucose or the fructose, or we can say that it is a hexose sugar. Now when this 6 carbon compound is formed, there is a formation of again 6 molecule. So 6 into 5, that is 30 carbon, plus this 6 carbon equal to 36 carbon. 6 carbon compound having 6 molecules, again 36 carbon. So there is formation of 3-phosphoglyceric acid, which is 3 carbon compound, and hence out of 36 carbons which are present in the 6 carbon addition compound, there will be formation of 12 molecules of the 3 carbon phosphoglyceric acid. On reduction, there is conversion into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, and during this reduction there is need of 12 molecules of the NADP and 12 molecules of the ATP. Earlier we have seen out of these 12 molecules, the 2 molecules are used for the formation of the hexose sugar, and the rest of the 10 molecules of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde are used for the formation of the or recycling of the ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. So here the hexose biphosphate is formed, and later on again pentose phosphate, then 4 carbon tetrose phosphate that we have seen earlier, erythrose 4 phosphate, ribose 4 phosphate, ribulose 5 phosphate, pseudoheptulose. Then in this way here there is a formation of 4 carbon compound, 5 carbon compound and 7 carbon compounds. But later on they are converted into ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, and during this conversion again there is need of the 6 ATP molecules. It means that here there is need of 12 NADP molecules or NADP H2 molecules, then again 12 ATP molecules, and here the 6 ATP molecules. It means that total there is need of the 12 NADP H2 molecules and 18 ATP molecules. So this ratio, that is 12:18, becomes 1:1.5. If we see the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, so in non-cyclic photophosphorylation there is formation of ATP to that of NADP H2. It is 1:1 ratio. It means that here the energy or the assimilatory power which is synthesized in the process of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation is unable to drive the Kelvin cycle or the dark reaction, because in this process in the Kelvin cycle this ratio is unable to drive it, because there is need of 1 is to 1.5 NADPH2 and ATP requirement for the Kelvin cycle. It means there must be the alternate mechanism or the photochemical reaction which is involved in producing the ATP molecules, and that is a cyclic process which provide the ATP molecules to the Kelvin cycle. It means that the ATP and NADPH2 which are formed in the process of light reaction or the photophosphorylation are given to the dark reaction or the Kelvin cycle, and the ADP and inorganic phosphate or NADP, these are given to the light reaction from the dark reaction, and hence the light reaction is depend on the dark reaction and dark reaction is depend on the light reaction. So both are the interdependent processes, that is light reaction and the dark reaction. So after the dark reaction that we have seen earlier, the sunlight or the radiant energy which is trapped first, then transfer into the electron, and then it transfer into the ATP and NADPH2, and from here it will transfer to the fructose or the glucose, that is the hexose sugar. It means that in the process of the photosynthesis, the radiant energy converts into chemical energy. So friends, I am very much confident and hopeful that this lecture will be helpful to you in preparation of your examinations. So thank you very much for watching this lecture completely. If you like this lecture and if it is useful to you, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You. And also press bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. Thanks a lot once again.